Howdy folks, we're going to pick up with part 3 now of testing 22 long rifle shells. Right at the end of part 2, behind me on that far hillside that somebody else owns, we own like right in between here and there is where the property line is. They were out spreading some stuff in the field, so I had to cut the camera off and wait for them to leave, but they're gone now, so we'll go back to shooting. So in part 1, we tested the Arms Corps, Aguila, CCI, and Winchester. Part 2 ended up just being Federal Champion. I'll make a playlist of all 3 parts. I don't have the knowledge or ability to edit anything, so that's why I just do things in different parts. So we're going to pick up with Remington. Kind of explained this in the previous video right before I had to cut the camera off. But 25 golden bolt. 525 golden bullet value pack. This is a hollow point golden bullet, so it's got copper washed or whatever. And my version of cheap is $6 for 50 shells. So we're gonna start by taking my Marlin Model 60, which apparently I had already cocked in the last video before I realized I couldn't shoot it. So we got 17 in here. We'll just text it for functionality and see how it works. I had bad luck with Remingtons in the past. With them jamming and whatnot. Having weak rounds that barely made it out of the end of the barrel. So what's happening there is they're too weak and they're not ejecting out. Then the new round comes in and the old one gets jammed between the back end, top of the back of the new round and the chamber. Good thing is it's thin brass and you can usually bend it with a knife and get it out of there, but for squirrel hunting, I've never used these unless it's the only kind I could find, because obviously any bullet's better than no bullet, but not very good. So far that's the loser. Henry Golden Boy, I got 16 of them in here. Definitely the weakest ones I've shot today, but in a lever action or a pump action, anything you manually operate, they do seem to work. But something that's underpowered and not reliable in a semi-automatic, as far as hunting goes, to me, not something I want to buy. Did shoot fine out of the revolver, and didn't seem that weak in the revolver, but these are just louder anyway. Okay, now move on to what you probably have guessed from if you watch many of my videos, my favorite, Federal Auto Match. 40 grain solid shot, ideal for semi-autos. It's rim fire, of course. Basically target rounds. In my pistols, they seem to be more accurate than the copper-plated stuff. So we'll be trying that next. And by the way, these are the cheapest out of everything we've shot today as well. Marlin Model 60. Not a problem. Got the most punch of everything I've shot today. Boy, I can't believe how slick those speed loaders I made out of old aluminum arrows are. It's my first time out here being able to try them out. So, very accurate, very fun to shoot. Last, another Heritage Rough Rider. I got one clay pigeon left on that left target. And now there are none. Got a old used whipped cream can here about 5 yards. Definitely got the loudest bark to them as those Federal Auto Match. In fact, that was so much fun. Well, here. We're going to load up a Remington and an Auto Match. Another Auto Match. Another Auto Match. And another Auto Match. We'll load all 6. I got 5 Auto Match, 1 Remington. See if we can tell when I shoot it. This is just for fun. Well, that one actually had powers. I couldn't tell which one was which. Federal, Remington. Right in the middle of the pack. I couldn't tell that time. So, you can get good ones in there, but most part, if you want my opinion, that's the one to buy in August of 2024. I've heard other people say they've had bad luck with these. Well, if you're leaving them in your truck, you're throwing them around, any kind of ammunition, doesn't matter the brand, there's just priming compound in the bottom of that. That bottom part is not the primer. The primer is on the other side of the back of that case. If you throw this around and shake it up a lot, that is going to move on you, and parts of it may not be hitting the back of the case anymore. And if it's not touching in the spot where the firing pin hits it, then you're going to have misfires. So, to the best of your ability, take care of your ammunition, and you buy what works in your gun, and stuff that you like should work. But that's my pick. Thanks for watching.